first impressions get ready with me, because for some reason I cannot stop myself to get new eyeshadow palettes, and I got 2 this month. So the one that we are going to be testing out today, I'm very super excited to use this, is the Simply Posh Citrus Punch Palette. Look at this juicy, beautiful, cute packaging. Like, y'all know I had to get this because it is just the epitome of summer for me, even though it's still spring. I really want to use it today. So I did receive it in the mail yesterday. I actually got it faster than I thought. It wasn't supposed to come until Monday, but then I got a notification that it was being delivered yesterday. So excited to use this. So this is what the inner packaging looks like. It's the same thing, but when I opened this, it literally took my breath away. Look at this beautiful color story. Like, are you kidding me? Does this not scream my colors for summer? Like, are you joking? And we got pink and green for spring. Like, are you, like, what? So this is what the palette looks like. I'll give you guys a bit of a close-up. So we have 2 rows of mattes, and then we have 1 beautiful shimmer row of duochrome shimmers. So I'm very excited to use this. So I wanted to do something more corally orange today. I'm kind of thinking I wanted to do a halo eye because I haven't done a halo eye and I don't even know how long. And I just felt like this palette would be really pretty to do that. So we're going to start with this row here. So we're going to start with this shade called Squeeze. I'm very, very excited to try this brand. I've never tried any of their eyeshadows before, so this is not just a first impressions, but also a first impressions on their quality of eyeshadows. So we're going to pick up Squeeze first, and that picks up really, really good, and I'm just going to use that as my crease shade. There's not much sun today, so I gotta, struggle to see again. Oh my god, that goes on so easily. So the person that turned me on to Simply Posh was Annette's Makeup Corner. I have to shout her out because she has been raving about them for a couple of months now. But there just wasn't really a color story I was super interested in until this one came out. And as soon as I saw this, I was like, I need that in my life. So this would have been the only new palette to me this month, but then I ended up picking up the Ace Beauté Aura palette as well. You guys will see a first impressions on that before I post this one, so you'll already know that I have that one. But as soon as I saw this color story, I was like, I really could not resist. Like, I kept on looking at it on Instagram, and I'm like, okay, I guess I need this. So this is definitely a brand I wasn't sure that I was going to try this year because I do have quite a bit of brands still on my list that I want to try, but I am going to slow down now because I'm going to California in like a little bit over 2 weeks from now. I cannot believe it's almost crunch time. Like, I'm so excited. I can't wait. So that blends beautifully. It's just the texture of my eyes right now because they are currently still like getting back to normal, but today was like the first day where my eyes were not bothering me as much as they have been. But this is a super smooth, easy formula. I also washed my eyeshadow brushes last night just so I could get like a true first impressions, but also when my eyeshadow brushes are clean, it's not like using like the spot cleaner from Ulta, so I wanted to make sure my eyes weren't irritated today as well. Okay, so now we're going to go into, I think we're going to use Clementine, and then we're going to create the halo eye with Zest. I think that's what we're going to do. Because Clementine's like a soft orangey shade. Why is this brush so stiff? So we're going to use that. I'm not sure. I tried to loosen up the brush a little bit before I used it, but it can get a little bit stiff when I wash it. Bit used it stiff. Like, is that all rhyming? Okay, that does pick up really nicely too. I just need a little bit more of it. Yeah, I like that quite a bit. It's a really pretty like soft orangey shade because I'm wearing like this more corally red shirt today, so I wasn't sure how this shade would go because it's very orange, but I think it goes just fine. But I feel like this look is going to turn out more orange now, but it's really okay. That's kind of what I was going for, right? So far these blend really easily. I find that these are a bit drier, but not like in a bad way. They're just like a very soft matte formula, which is nice. Like soft, but a bit dry, if that makes any sense. I hate when people like misuse that when they're like, if that makes any sense, and like, yes, it makes perfect sense. But for me, like, this actually would be a bit confusing to explain the formula, so that's when you ask, does this make sense, you know? You know? Okay, so once we have that down, I'm going to take that Zest shade that I said I was going to use, and hopefully this will be, I think this will be fine to use for that purpose, hopefully. I mean, it goes on pretty pigmented. Oh yeah, that's gorgeous. That's a really pretty color. Some of these colors remind me of what's in the Sweet Talk palette by ColourPop. Kind of giving me like similar vibes. And a bit of like the in the Limelight palette. And a bit of the Nomad Feet de Provence palette. So that looks really pretty. And applies so easily to do the halo eye, so. And then I'm going to do it over here as well. I might apply some of that orange, because I see like people use like more than one matte for these halo eyes usually, so I might have to do that too. So I'm just getting ready to see my boyfriend today. I'm just going to pick us up food and some drinks and then just hang out at his house. He actually wanted to go out and do something today, but it's still kind of cloudy out today. But I think we're going to like later in the week. We don't go out that often. Honestly, like I don't really need to go out with him that much. Like all we do is like watch movies and stuff, and honestly that's like when I'm the happiest anyway. So that looks really cute. I feel like I look like a orange juicy clementine right now, and I'm not mad at it. I think it looks so pretty. All right, let me just apply. I don't think I need another matte. I think that looks so pretty, so I'm just gonna throw on some glitter glue real quick, and then we'll go in with the shimmer. Okay, and then for the shimmer, I think I'm gonna do Tasty. So we're gonna go in with that. It's like a really pretty, oh my god, these shimmers are so stunning! Look at that. That's so pretty. Yes. I might just drag it across the whole lid, but I really like how it looks just in between. I don't think we need anything else, to be honest. I feel like I kind of went in a bit more further in though on this side, so I'm just gonna drag it a little bit more. But that is so gorgeous. Oh, I really like this halo eye, so I think I'm just gonna leave it exactly how it is. I think that looks so stunning. Like, it was so hard for me to pick which shimmer I wanted to use first, but I think this shimmer is really stunning. So I know that they're all gonna be beautiful, so I can't wait to use more of them. The one I actually really wanted to use first was the green, which is called Sour, because it's such a beautiful, like, dual chrome green. But the shade is really pretty too, so. Okay, I think that's all we're gonna do for now. I'm gonna do my face off camera. I might do 2 looks in this video because there's definitely like a few more looks I have in mind to do with this palette. So let me just throw on my base and then we'll finish up the eyes. All right, so I went ahead and did my base. I used my Do It spray and then I can never say this, Glowy Super Gel Star Glow Primer. Like, why is that so difficult for me? And then I went in with my Fenty Beauty Easy Skin Tint in the shade 1. And then I used my Milani Conceal and Perfect Concealer in the shade 110 Cool Ivory. And then I just set my under eyes with my Becca Hydro Powder. And then I used the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Powder to set the rest of my face. And now let's go back into the palette and we're going to do the inner corner and lower lash line. So for the inner corners, I think I'm going to take the shade Tangerine. And then for the lower lash line, I might just take that shade Zest again, or I might just take the shade Squeeze. So honestly, super simple, easy look. And I feel like I kind of really appreciate the layout of this palette because it's kind of just color made easy for someone. Like, if you don't know what colors go together, all of these colors go beautifully together. Like, you don't really have to... Oh, that's so pretty. It's like a really pretty peachy, like pinky duochrome. Oh my god, that's so stunning. That one actually might be even darker than the one I used, which is kind of surprising because the other one looked darker in the pan, right? Because I used Tasty. I already forgot what shade I used. Pretty sure it was Tasty, so. But that looks stunning. Really like that a lot. But I was thinking about going in with like a pink green look today, but I've literally done so many pink green looks. But I was thinking about wearing my strawberry shirt because that has like all the shades that are in this palette. But I was like, no, I need to do an orange look today. I was like, I don't want to do another pink and green look, even though it would have been really beautiful. But I might do that for the next look, so. I think I am going to take that shade Zest and put it on the lower lash line just to make it a bit more punchy. Because, like, the top lid isn't, like, too vibrant, so this, like, kind of ties the whole look together. So I decided to use the Milani concealer because I've been using the LYS concealer a lot, and I've just been loving that concealer, but the Milani's still one of my favorites, too. It still looks good, but I will say that the LYS doesn't crease as fast as this one does, but it's not like this concealer looks bad, but LYS has just been my favorite lately. I can't believe how long it took me to pick it up because I love it. I'm so glad I exchanged the Valentino one for that one. Okay, so let's just throw something on the waterline that looks so pretty, and then we're going to clean up the eyeshadow a bit more. So for my waterline, I'm just going to use Peach Fuzz by ColourPop. This is one of the cream gel liners, and what's funny is that, so I was watching Annette's Makeup Corner's Makeup Diaries, so she kind of does a similar series to, well, it is basically the same, of the series that I used to do, like, years ago. I mean, mine's called the Everyday Makeup Lookbook. Hers is called Makeup Diary, so I don't really care. Honestly, it doesn't really bother me at all. I even commented on one of her videos, and I was like, oh, I did this, like, a while back, but this is so cool that you're doing it now. Like, obviously, she probably never saw my videos. I don't know, but I'm really not bothered by it. That looks really pretty with this look. I really like that. So now I'm just going to throw on some mascara, and we'll probably do the rest of my face together. You know what? I forgot that I didn't even tell you what I was going to say about Annette's Makeup Corner. So when I was watching her video, she was talking about, she used this palette as the last palette that she used, or the last look in the video, and it was just such a pretty look. She did like a yellow and pink look, but also, again, like, she did get me to buy this palette, even though she hasn't posted her full review on it yet. I did see the look that she did in that video, so I'm, like, kind of surprised that she hadn't posted it yet, because she already talked about the look that she did in, her everyday makeup lookbook thing. But it's just such a pretty look, but she also used the shade Peach Fuzz from ColourPop in, one of her looks. I think it was with just some random shadows from Cleona that she used, and then the Natasha Denona Dream palette, which I kind of want to do at some point, where, like, you use a special shimmer with neutrals, because she's always talking about, like, that's her favorite kind of look to do. So I'm kind of, like, inspired to do it myself as well. But she was comparing Peach Fuzz to Honey Dude, which I've had Honey Dude for, I don't own it anymore, but that was, like, my nude liner of choice, and that's the one I would always get. She was comparing it to Peach Fuzz, and she said that she likes this shade more, which that's why I like this shade so much, not just with peach looks, but, like, for everyday looks in general. I mean, even though I've been using it mostly with peach looks, let's get real, but she said that she likes it more because it, like, looks better on the waterline than Honeydew, because Honeydew looks almost like white, because it is a very nude liner, but I like both. But yeah, I'm just going to throw my mascara on now. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Okay, so I just went ahead and put on some mascara, and I went in with the Milani Highly Rated Anti-Gravity Mascara. The funny thing about this mascara is that I really did not like this mascara when I first got it. And now the more and more I use it, the more and more I like it. So I've been using it more because I'm like, wow, I actually think I like it. It's definitely not a, I'm just using my Milani Dolce bronzer. It's not a, like, curling mascara at all. It's more like a straight and lengthening mascara, because, like, when I put it on, it doesn't really curl my lashes, but it does give me good length. It just makes my lashes, like, too straight to be a curling mascara. I need to get out of here in the next, like, 15 minutes or so. So I picked out a highlight, but I did not pick out a lippy. I just picked out the highlight and sat back down, so. But I'm loving how this eyeshadow looks. It looks so pretty. Okay. I just wanted a little bit of bronze today, nothing too crazy. And then for my blush, I think I'm going to go in with the Snow White blush in the shade Fair Enough. I originally was going to wear the Snow White palette with this shirt, but honestly, these shades worked out so well with the shade of my shirt that I'm very happy that I used the Simply Posh palette. So I'm just going to use this Fair Enough shade, and this is a really pretty blush as well. It is very pigmented, though. I probably went in with a little bit too much, but it's fine. Still looks really pretty. These blushes from the Snow White collection are so gorgeous. So I'm still torn as to what I want to wear at Disney when I go with my sister and my brother and, well, I think my brother and his friend are going to take an Uber together to get to Disney. And then we're going to meet my sister and my sister's maid of honor, which is her best friend, and Amy's sister. So it's going to be like a girls' Disney day with me, my sister, and then the maid of honor and her sister. So I'm very excited for that because I can finally spend some time with her best friend, and she's a sweetheart. I've met her a couple of times, but we never, like, actually, you know, hung out ever. So I'm very excited for that. And then my brother and his friend are just gonna, like, go do their own thing because it's supposed to be like a girls' day at Disney. Oh my god, I always forget how friggin' pigmented this is. So I'm using the Give Me Glow highlighter in the shade Transcendent, And it's like I'm dipping more than once in the pan, and I'm like, oh my God, I already picked up too much. Too much. Too much, Caitlin. That looks really pretty though. But like, I always forget that I barely need any of this because it's so pigmented. So yeah, I don't even know why I dipped in more than once. But I think what I'm gonna do, because Sleeping Beauty is my favorite Disney movie and my favorite she's my favorite Disney princess. I don't know if it's my all-time favorite Disney movie. I love it because I love her. But the movie is not the best Disney movie. It's still great though. Like I still love it because I love Maleficent. Like who doesn't love Maleficent? She's probably like one of the most loved villains. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to order a Sleeping Beauty t-shirt because I actually don't have one. I have 2 Sleeping Beauty dresses, but I don't have a t-shirt. So, and what I also didn't realize is that the Sleeping Beauty castle's in Disneyland, not the Cinderella castle. And I feel like that's going to have to be our first stop so I can see the Sleeping Beauty castle. So, yeah. All right, let me just finish up with the lips. Okay, you guys, so this is the finished look. Here are the eyes, the cheeks, and the lips. So for the lips, I just threw on this oldie lippy from Urban Decay. This is the Urban Decay Game of Thrones lipstick in the shade Sansa Stark. So this was part of their Game of Thrones collection. And I just think it's such a pretty, like, glossy. I've been really into, like, peachy, glossy lips right now. And, like, this shade and the Shy Girl shade that I used from MAC in the last video, they're, like, very similar formulas. But that's just what I'm into in the middle of spring/summer. I absolutely love how this look turned out. The mattes are so rich and easy to use. I mean, not like the richest mattes I've used, but like as I built them up more and added more, it built up to like the opacity that I wanted. And I love how this look turned out. It turned out even better than I thought it was going to. And the lid shade is gorgeous. So I cannot wait to do more looks with this. I'm just so excited that I was able to use this today. And I just really love how my eyeshadow turned out. So I will see you guys for the second look at probably like 2 days from now. I might film 3 looks. I'm not sure yet, but probably 2. So stay tuned for the next look. So bye for now. Okay, so hey there guys. I wanted to do a second look with you guys with the Simply Posh Cosmetics Citrus Punch palette. And today I kind of want to do like a pinkish green look because I'm wearing my strawberry shirt. I got this from Anthropologie like years ago, and it's still one of my favorite shirts to wear in the springtime. So I'm going to stick with like these pinky tones here, and then I might do like a pop of green on the lower lash line. I think it's going to be really pretty. So I'm going to start with the shade Quench, then go into Grapefruit, and then deepen it up with Blood Orange, and then I really want to put Flavorful all over the lid. So that's going to be the plan, so I don't have to tell you guys again what I'm using. So I'm going to go into Quench first. I'm not going to talk too much during this video. I'm not feeling that great today. Kind of woke up feeling a bit nauseous. Hopefully it goes away because I'm going to see my boyfriend soon. But I still wanted to film this video, so. So I've found with these mattes that they just are very soft and easy to blend. And the more that you apply, the better it looks. And I really love that about the Simply Posh formula. I've just been really enjoying it. I've used it for the past 2 days already. Oh my god. Now I need a tissue. Hold on. Allergies, bro. Sorry, I needed a tissue badly because at least we sneezed before we put the base on. So now I'm going to go into the shade Grapefruit and deepen up the crease area, like the defining area. It's a really, really unique shade of pink. It's like a magenta with like, I don't even know, it's just such a pretty color. But I don't see too much differentiation between this shade and the first shade, but it's really okay. Want it to be mostly monochromatic pink on the top anyway, so. So me and my mom have been watching a lot of NYPD Blue and Bridgerton. So we're almost done with the mini series of Bridgerton. Like, I'm pretty sure you guys know what it is because it's been like, it was #1 on Netflix for a couple of weeks, and then something else took its crown. No pun intended. Crown, because it's about the Queen of England and the King of England. Such a cheeseball. Now I'm going to use the shade Blood Orange, like I said. Been really wanting to dip into this shade. So I've used mostly all the mattes on the right side of the palette except for Punch, but I might use Punch on the lower lash line in this look. I'm not sure though. I don't even know when I'm going to use that shade actually because, well, I might use it on Friday. And Queen Charlotte is really good. It's called Queen Charlotte, a Bridgerton story, and I really like it. It's really good so far. And then we watched 4 episodes of NYPD Blue last night because we started watching at like 7:45, so we started watching like pretty early. We're on the last episode of Bridgerton, but Bridgerton is like an hour and a half, so it was like 10, I think it was like 10:30 at that point, and it wouldn't have been over until like almost midnight, and we're like, let's just watch another episode of NYPD Blue because those are only 45 minutes. So, not even 45 minutes, they're like 40 minutes. I just fast forward through the intro because for some reason Hulu doesn't let you skip the intro. So, okay, so we have that down. That looks really pretty. That's a really pretty shade. And it almost doesn't make the pink look as hot pink as before. I kind of toned it down a little bit, which is interesting because I thought it would amp it up more. Okay, let me just pop on some glitter glue and then we'll do the lid. Okay, so now we're going to pop on that shade Flavorful. And it's a really gorgeous, like, oh my god, these shimmers are so stunning. Like, I've been loving this palette. The shimmers are just so pretty. They have like that glittery kind of sheerness to them, but they're still impactful on the lid. And oh, look at that. I mean, isn't that gorgeous? I'm really glad I decided to try this brand because I've been nothing but impressed with this, so I have to say with these shadows so far. They're just really easy to use and has like a stunning like sparkly formula without being too sparkly. It almost reminds me of like the way that the Super Shock shadows from ColourPop perform. Oh my god, that shade is so pretty. It like shifts from like green to pink to purple. It's so gorgeous. It's like a lot lighter than I thought it was gonna be, but in a good way. Like, I thought it was gonna have a lot more like hot pink base to it, which it does, but on the lids, it kind of spreads out the color a little bit more. And it just looks so pretty. I'm like obsessed with this palette. I love it. Okay, so once we have that on, I'm just gonna do my base off camera. Okay, so I went ahead and did my base, and I used the Do It spray and then the NYX Marshmallow Primer as I hit my computer. And then I used the NYX Bear With Me Tinted Skin Veil. I love this stuff. I use this at least once a week. And then I used my NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum because this concealer is freaking bomb too, so I used that. And then I just went in with my Becca Hydra Mist powder. I've been wanting to use that more. And then my Pretty Fresh powder to set the rest of my face. And now we're going to go back into the palette. I don't know what I want to do for the inner corner. I think I'm just going to grab a single just because I don't want the inner corner to be too green. So I'm just going to take this single from ColourPop. It's like a pinky color. Because I don't want that green shade on the inner corner. And there's not really like too many inner corner highlight options in this palette. Like really the only two are Tangerine and Tangy, but those are both like too pink for this. I mean, I probably could have used Tropical. I might pop on just, I keep on wanting to dip into the palette, but that looks really pretty though, so I might just leave it at that. I still want to dip into the palette. What is wrong with me? I know I'm going back into the palette, Caitlin. Like, relax. Okay, so that's that. Tropical? I don't know. Like, I don't think I want that shade. I mean, it is really pinky. Maybe we'll just pop on a little bit of it on the inner corner. It's not even really showing up because that's not really doing anything, but I just thought I could layer it a little bit, but it's not really adding anything. I guess it's doing something. I just really need to dip into the pan. Okay, that is pretty actually. So I kind of like layered it a little bit just so it wasn't too dark. And what I like about these shimmers is that there's absolutely no like glitter fallout with the mattes. There's absolutely no matte fallout whatsoever. Like, so it's just so easy to like kind of pop it on top of that because you're not going to get any fallout. Watson! What? And then for the, he just never stops scratching. For the lower lash line, I'm going to use the shade Lime. All right, so I'm going to take that lime shade and pop that on the lower lash line. I haven't even dipped into the greens yet, and I've been dying to, but I thought it would be pretty to do this here. Sorry if you can't see what I'm doing. I'm just going to hug it against the lash line pretty close because I don't want it to be too vibrant. That's such a pretty shade of green. Like, again, I would think it would be a little bit more vibrant. It is, but like in a more subtle way that it works so nicely with this. And y'all know my favorite color combo to do for the springtime is pink and green, so. All right, now I'm just gonna do the other side. I am feeling a little better now. I just have a stomach ache again for some reason. Okay, so now that looks really pretty. I like that a lot. Okay, so now for liner, I want to use the shade, the heck, what is that? I want to use the shade Aglow from ColourPop because I still want to tie in the green a little bit more. So we're going to use that. It's a pretty light metallic green. I think it's going to go perfectly. Yeah, that's super pretty. The same over here. I have so much eye goo. That looks really pretty. And let me just coat my lashes with some mascara. Okay, so I just coated my lashes with some mascara. I just used my ColourPop Level Up mascara. And now for bronzer. What do I want for bronzer today? You know what? I haven't used this one in a while, so I think I'm going to use the Marc Jacobs Omega bronzer. I just haven't used it in a hot minute, so I kind of want to use it today. I could use my Ilia, but I kind of don't like this tone of bronzer. Oh my god, that is so pigmented. Holy crap. I like barely need any. But that's like such a pretty tone. But I forgot how pigmented it is, so gotta be a little bit more careful. And then for blush, I was thinking about using the strawberry blush from ColourPop, which I kind of want to. I might just grab that one just because we're wearing the strawberry shirt, but I just want like a super light hint of it. I was gonna use Camellia, I think it's called, from Becca, but maybe I should use some. Well, actually, I don't think you can purchase the strawberry blush either. I'm like, maybe I should use something that people can purchase. You can't purchase this anymore either. I found this at Marshall's like, I think like 2 years ago when I snatched it up. And this is probably like my favorite Marshall's purchase is this guy, because I don't like find the greatest makeup there anymore, but I love that bronzer. Okay, I think, should I grab the strawberry blush? I just want to see. I was also thinking about using the pink Powerpuff Girls blush. This one's so pretty. Hold on. Okay, so I think the strawberry blush from ColourPop, this is the See You Later blush, is the one I'm going to go in with. I'm just going to use a very, very light hand because this blush is hella pigmented. So let me just, and I'm going to dab a little bit off. Oh my god, I already picked up way too much. So hopefully that sheared it out a little bit. Yeah, that's all I need. Probably could just use the leftover on this side. Like, that builds up so fast. Like, you really only need, like, the slightest dip in the pan. And it's already on. But, like, this is how their blushes used to perform. Like, super pigmented. And, like, I noticed, like, some inconsistencies with some of the other blushes. Like, 'cause I always feel like the formula, I mean, it's still going to be great. Like, honestly, I've never disliked a ColourPop blush. I love their blushes. That's why I have so many. I probably own the most blushes from ColourPop because they're affordable and they always perform well. So I always know I'm going to like it, but like, I just have way too many. Okay, and then for highlighter, let me just get the water everywhere. There's like literally tissues everywhere and it's driving me nuts. Like freaking crazy right now. Okay, so for, oh my god, are you kidding me with these friggin' tissues? So for a highlighter, I want to use the shade Mesmerize from Rare Beauty. I'm going to give this one more shot because I've been wanting to use it again. I just haven't really been that crazy about how it looks on my cheeks, but I'm just going to tap it in with my finger. Like, it doesn't really perform the same way as, I think it does perform like better with my fingers, but it just doesn't perform as smoothly as the other two shades do. Like, I'm not in love with how that looks. But I'm going to try and blend it out a little, but I just really haven't been loving it on my skin. Like the other two, okay, that looks really pretty. Like the other two shades, and also I can't go like too heavy with it or it gets like too dark on my skin. But like the shade Enlighten and Exhilarate, especially Enlighten, like it's just so super shiny and intense. that like this shade, I don't know why it doesn't have like the same impact. I think with this shade, it has like too much of like a rosy undertone. Like I was hoping for it to be like kind of more like the JD Glow one that I have, but that does look pretty. So I do like how it looks today. I think it's because I went in with my finger first. But I did that last time and I still wasn't like in love with it. So, but I think that looks good. I am hella tired today. I don't know why. I relaxed so much last night because again, me and mom like watched so much TV last night, but like I don't know. All right, let's just finish up with the lips. Okay, I'm trying to figure out whether or not I want to pop on like a gloss on top of this. I think I do. I don't know, it's gonna like fuck it up though, but I think it'll be fine. Yeah, just like a light juicy layer. That actually looks really good. Okay, cool. So this is the final look, you guys. Let me just take my hair down, even though my hair looks like ass right now. I don't know what has been going on with my hair because I've actually been washing it a lot more often. And for some reason it gets dirty within like 3 days. So I don't know what's going on. So for my lips, I used the Tower 28 lip crayon. This is the tinted lip balm in the shade Shake. And then I topped it off with a tiny bit of the roller gloss from ColourPop in the shade Strawberry Kiss. This doesn't really have a shade to it. It's just a clear, like, juicy gloss, but I wanted, like, that juicy gloss look today. So, yeah, I really love how this look turned out. I really have been loving this palette, you guys. It's just been so easy to work with, and I am so blown away by this formula. I think it's gorgeous. I think I'm more impressed with the formula of this than I am with the Ace Beauté. Like, the mattes are just so effortless to use, and every time I'm done with my makeup, I'm like staring at my crease on how good it looks. Like, it's just so easy to use. I've never really had colorful shades that perform this easily, because you would think that they weren't that pigmented because they're a little bit soft when you first apply them, but once you build them up, they are just so vibrant and beautiful, and these last 4 hours on my eyes. Like, I am just so impressed, and the shimmers are just so effortless as well. They barely transfer. They just look beautiful, and I love like the pop of green on the lower lash line and the inner corner. I just am obsessed with this palette, so I'm super excited to do and use the rest of the shades that I haven't used. I've used 3 of the shimmers. I still have to use the green, the yellow, and the tangerine. So very excited and looking forward to that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So please like and subscribe. Follow me on my Instagram at TBW819 and check out my Posh Mark at the same handle. And let me know if you guys have tried Simply Posh. I'm kind of curious. Would you be interested in this palette? Because I think it's such an amazing spring summer palette, especially summer, but it's also a really beautiful spring palette as well, because y'all know I love this combo for spring. All right, I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Have a great day.